Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Hello. Oh, man. Happy Monday. It is the 13th day of May, 9:01. That's the time in downtown Alton, and this weather is already getting to me. We'll take a look at the forecast for the week, but for all of you that have allergies and sinuses, hunker down because it's going to be a tough week. We got a good show for all of you today. Going to be talking to candidate for the 2nd District in Missouri for the Democratic side of things. Ray Hartmann's going to be calling in just a couple of minutes. We're going to be talking to Ray about his upcoming election or campaign, the primary first, and talking to him about his opponent a little bit, but then we'll talk about the general and the big things that are ahead if he were to win the primary and head off to November's general, and we'll get the latest. He'll fill us in on all the fun stuff. I'm looking forward to talking to Ray as always. And then let's get the elephant out of the room. So on Friday, we had a little bit of a field trip here, and I had all my interviews taped. So I thought, well, I'll just tape the show, and I'll just work from home that day because there's so many kids, and it's not fair for the kids to have guests coming in and all of that. So I thought, it'd be better for everybody. So I go and tape the show Thursday night right after all my final soccer's done for the year, except for today I got a little practice. But get done. In the morning, I'm sitting at my desk as my show's playing on the other computer, but I'm telling you, I'm not that egotistical. I don't I don't listen to myself, so I turn it down so I don't have to and, keep moving along my workday. My sleep focus was on. I'm just got an iPhone, so I'm learning all these new gadgets and stuff. My sleep focus was on. I didn't get any text for you guys blowing my phone up saying there is no audio. I'm really sorry that happened. That never happens and won't again, but it was one of those things where I just got caught in the moment of just kind of getting some work emails done and some other things, and my apologies. We talked to Martin Short, who is the new head coach for the Roxana boys high school soccer team, and what I decided to do is I rescheduled an interview that was going to be today to Friday, and we're going to re-air that conversation because it really was a great one, and wanted to make sure the folks in the Roxana area got a chance to hear from the new soccer coach. So that comes down the pipeline. But before I do news, okay, this weekend I decided I got a hair, I really did. I didn't have any soccer going on. I had nothing going on. I thought, I am so tired of pulling into my house and seeing this grass by the air conditioner. It doesn't look bad because I always cut my yard and all that, but I just got tired of seeing it, and I wanted some landscaping. So I go to Home Depot, and they have this composite edging now, which I thought was kind of cool, so I'm trying it out. We'll see how long it lasts, but it's a lot cheaper than metal edging, so I go and get a bunch of, trying it out, rubber mulch. The reason I'm doing that is because it's right next to my home, and I don't want to put mulch down and get a bunch of termites, and then all of a sudden I got termites. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to go rubber mulch. I had to have bought 20 bags of this darn stuff, and I still don't have enough. It is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. It looks like you get the moon when you go leave the Home Depot or Lowe's. You walk out with like 15, 20 bags, and you look like you're the macho man, Well, I started dumping this stuff, and I realized by the 4th bag, I was long short. Amazing stuff. But after getting the grass cut with all the rain and everything else, my back hurts. I feel old today. But we got a great show, great guests, and you guys to keep me energized. With that being said, here's what's happening around the Riverbend on this 13th day of May. And as always, now, as my new teleprompter suggests, why did the coffee file a police report? Well, it got mugged. There you go. That's top of the hour. Just kidding. Here, in all seriousness, top of the hour news at 9:05 on this 13th day of May. Make sure you sign up for your RiverBender.com daily email updates, and also join our text chain. Listen, you can text RB to 618-202-4618. That's RB at 618-202-4618. And you can sign up for our SMS notifications. For all of you millennials out there, that just simply means text messages. You can stay up to date with myself, RiverBender.com. Weather alerts, breaking news, closings, cancellations, sports scores, you name it, all there at the touch of a button from your daily dose of local. We'll take you to Alton first. The Alton Police Department recently welcomed Tawny Yarborough, who is currently training at the Illinois State Police Academy. Expected to return in September of this year, Yarborough aims to use her role to impact the community positively, leveraging her lifelong aspiration to serve in law enforcement. Growing up in Alton and with a background in the Navy and healthcare, Yarborough is not only pursuing a career in policing, but also actively working towards launching community support initiatives. These include a new organization for substance abuse treatment and plans for shelter for unhoused individuals and animals. Additionally, she is passionate about establishing a program to help people afford college education. Alton Police Department Chief Jarrett Ford praises her dedication and community-oriented mindset, emphasizing the rigorous hiring and training process at the Alton Police Department, which it only ensures the most committed candidates join the police force. Congratulations to Tawny Yarborough for your appointment to the Alton Police Department. We look forward to seeing you here back in September. The Alton School District Board of Education recently announced the appointment of 3 new administrators. During a special board meeting, Dr. Wendy Adams has been promoted from Director of Human Resources to Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources effective July 1. Dr. Tron Young, a distinguished educational leader, will step into the role of Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services, and additionally, Hillary Himmelberg will take on the position of Assistant Principal at Alton Middle School. Each of these appointments align with the district's strategic plan to bolster leadership and enhance educational services. Dr. Adams, with an extensive experience in human resources and education, aims to expand her impact in her new role, and Dr. Young, recognized for his leadership excellence, is excited about fostering a student-centered learning environment. Himmelberg brings her expertise in equity and data-driven educational improvements to her new position, aiming to strengthen student relationships and academic performances. And so many of the folks around the school district are already very excited about these new appointments, and congratulations to you all on moving up the career chain. Out of Granite City, Rico L. Mosley, a 36-year-old resident of Granite City, was charged with 6 felonies, including 2 counts of drug possession with intent to deliver and multiple weapon-related offenses. Here's what we know. The Granite City Police Department initiated the arrest after 2 controlled drug purchases were made from Mosley's residence, leading to the seizure of cocaine, fentanyl, a firearm, and ammunition. Previously convicted of burglary and robbery, Mosley's history contributed to the severity of the charges. A court has since denied his pretrial release, citing the danger his activities pose to the community. And not the most favorable news, Alton Police Chief Jarrett Ford announced on Friday that the intersection of Albee and 20th Streets have been upgraded to a 4-way stop on Friday, complete with flashing warning signs. The change aims to reduce the number of traffic accidents, which included 21 in 2023. The Alton City Council approved the installation of bright, flashing lights to alert drivers well in advance of reaching the new stop. Chief Ford acknowledges that there are some mixed feelings about this decision and emphasized the community's adjustment period to this new traffic system. He reminded everyone to adhere to traffic signs and laws to ensure safety. One final bit of news for you today. On May the 6th, Brian T. Edwards, 38 from Verdon, was arrested after a dangerous high-speed chase through Jersey and Calhoun counties, facing a litany of charges, including possession of a stolen vehicle and various drug-related offenses. Now, here's the latest. The pursuit began with the Jersey County Sheriff's Department attempted to stop a black 2019 Ford Taurus, which fled at speeds over 100 miles an hour. Calhoun County Deputy Nick McCall spotted and pursued the vehicle through Hardin, but lost sight and ended the chase. Later, the abandoned vehicle was discovered, and Edwards was found hiding nearby in the woods by a canine unit. That's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend at 9/11 on this Monday morning. Let's take a look at your weather today. For all of you sports parents out there, it's going to be one of those frustrating days. Today, cloudy and not as warm with a couple of showers and some thunderstorms later on in the afternoon. Tonight, cloudy with a couple of showers and even another thunderstorm this evening. A 97% chance we are getting rain. What type of it? We'll find out soon. Temperatures reach 73 degrees today, drop down to 61 overnight on Tuesday, more rain. A 90% chance of thunderstorms, a high of 70, a low of 56. On Wednesday, partly cloudy skies, no rain in the forecast, a high of 73. A low of 59 degrees. On Thursday, the 16th of May, a 90% chance yet again of thunderstorms, a high of 72, a low of 61. On Friday, heading into the weekend with a high of 75 and a low of 58 degrees. Throughout the day, stay tuned to RiverBender.com/weather, and you'll always stay up to date on any weather alerts that are coming down our pipeline. Plus, you can see our interactive radar where you can see when that rain's creeping in. And right now, on our screen here, it's looking like right around 1 p.m., right around 12 to 1, you're going to start seeing rain. And all throughout the afternoon, that rain is going to just keep on sitting there. Even through 7 p.m. tonight, we're going to get some rain. And then by 9 p.m., a little bit heavier rain coming in. So from 1 to 8, expect some rain and some thunder in that. And then from 9 p.m. on, expect some heavier rain in some spots. RiverBender.com/weather. And for time and temperature throughout the day, you give this phone number a ring, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. Hey, before I take a quick break, you gotta go to Village Dispensary. They're the best. You know, I was just in there on Friday because I was celebrating the end of soccer season. I can be honest about it now. I was going in to celebrate the end of soccer season. And, you know, it's one thing when you walk into a store and someone smiles at you, you know, and it's just welcoming. But when you go into Village, it's not just a smile, it's a welcome in. You know, it's let us help you and get you down the road. And that's why I think they're going to be so successful. You know, they aren't just, you know, if you've gone to Collinsville before, if you've gone to other spots before, it kind of feels militarized. You know, you're in line and next. Not at Village. You know, you go in, it's that open environment, and hey, listen, if you want to ask questions and you're nervous because you're holding up 48 people in line, don't worry about it. They got a consultation area where they'll sit you down next to one of their bud tenders, and they'll help you get some knowledge and help you on your purchase so you don't feel, you know, pressured in line and you're rushing through and not getting what you really want. They're there to take care of you. You know, at Village Dispensary, they have such a wide inventory. That's why I like it too. I mean, there's everything you want at all price points because listen, I host a local talk show. I ain't rolling in millions a year like some of you think. I really wish I was. My house would look really good. But when I'm there, you know, to be able to find $10, $12 items and you're still able to have a good old time, I mean, that's what it's all about. So whether or not you're into flower, pre-rolls, vapes, concentrates, edibles, topicals, accessories, more, you name it, you go to Village Dispensary. And, you know, you got to try those Mindy's gummies too, man. Those are really good. Enough to, if you get the sativa ones, take a couple in the afternoon. Chef's kiss. You're sitting there answering emails all night long. You aren't too out of it, you know, just enough to level off the stress and keep you moving. Go and try out those Mindy's and really try out anything there. Aero Pro's the way I go. But once you stop into Village Dispensary, you just make sure you tell them that CJ sent you over their way. Village Dispensary, it's not the coldest bud in town, but it sure is the loudest. Make sure you tell them that RB sent you over their way. 9:15, we're going to be talking to Ray Hartmann in just about 5 minutes or so, but let's take a look at Skycam. We'll come back with more of our daily show right after this on RiverBender.com.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. $9:20. Welcome back to our daily show on this Monday morning, the 13th day of May. Ray Hartmann putting down the microphone and running for office for the 2nd District in Missouri there for United States Representative. Ray, how are we doing this morning, man?
Great. How you doing, CJ?
Struggling for a lead-in, but I'm doing better now, you know?
Well, it figures you have a chiropractic lead-in for me. That's good. That's good.
I did
Rosewood. Get out there to Rosewood. And hopefully you won't be walking like Ray is. No, no, actually, I'm doing great. I tell people that this is like starting a company, running for Congress, and I feel like I'm 24 again because that's how old I was when I started the Riverbend Times. And I take about 3 steps, and it's like, where's Rosewood? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. No, well, I'm good.
This is really exciting, man. I mean, number one, it's really cool to put your name on the ballot because, it's so easy to sit there on the sideline for years and years and say, we need to change. But, for you to really put yourself out there and do this, it's exciting.
Well, I thank you. And I really did it because, I'm concerned, like a lot of people are, about the direction we're headed as a country, particularly when it comes to just whether we're actually going to have a democracy. And I found myself thinking about, am I going to want to move out of the country if Trump wins, that kind of stuff. And I thought, this is a time that if you're serious about being concerned, you just got to raise your hand if you're in a position like I am of having been in the public eye for so long. So, and I don't say that with any pomposity. It's just true. I think, I'm going to give it a shot, and I think we have a very good chance of defeating Ann Wagner and flipping the seat in a year that Congress, I think any of the national, any observers and pundits, whatever you want to call them, feel like Congress, the House of Representatives, is going to come right down to the wire.
It is,
in terms of.
Well, Ray, looking at those numbers from 2020 and even 16 or 18, she didn't really win. It's not that much of a stronghold district, that they were kind of holding, prowess over. This is it seems to me to be anybody's race. It was within 4 points last time against Leary or McCreary?
No, it was a little more. I will say this: they what happened was she almost lost in 18, and
that's
then
what it was.
Jill Superman, and then they gerrymandered the district in 22. So they decided to take it out to just short of Santa Fe, New Mexico. But no, they gerrymandered it. But it's officially a 7-point district,
okay.
Leading Republican, which it was 0 point before. They did about 7 points of gerrymandering. However, that is a single-digit district. It's the closest to any. It's the closest to what the only thing you really could call a swing district out of the 8 districts in Missouri, and so it is very definitely competitive. And with reproductive freedom being on the ballot in Missouri in November, which is not official, but it looks quite likely that it will be, and just nationally, suburban districts. Partly because of Donald Trump, but partly because of reproductive freedom, really being in play more than, that's the place the Republicans are most vulnerable. As a Democrat, I think I have a real good chance.
100%. No, I'm right there with you. And now, as you're looking at this, what were some of your major concerns with Ann Wagner over the years? Because I know that you and I have talked on, your show about things she was doing, but with reproductive freedom being a big issue, and it is a huge issue. Is there anything else on top of that secondary that you saw that said it's time we got to take her on?
Absolutely. It's not a one-issue campaign. I mean, that one's easy to talk about only because I've been pro-choice for a long time, and she describes herself as pro-life, and so we have a difference of opinion on that. And what makes it different now is that Roe v. Wade is no longer there to protect women and make it an academic conversation. It's a real, particularly in Missouri. Of course, in Illinois, your state of Illinois is a place where so many women now come from Missouri just to have health care, to protect their health care. So that's a big thing. But no, I think the biggest thing I hear about her when we talk is just that she's never there. She's in 12 years. If you can imagine this, serving in 12 years in Congress, she's never debated an opponent. She refused, and she's always asked the League of Women Voters. I saw somebody from there. She's always asked by the League of Women Voters to come to their candidate forums. Always refused, not even by Zoom. She's completely refused to attend to debate. Zero town halls. She's never held a spontaneous town hall where anybody could come and ask questions. And basically she just doesn't, she's never anywhere where you can have an unscripted kind of, work. It never works without a net.
Well,
and if I was on the radio, I'd make it a net. I mean, I am on the radio. If I was having my show, I'd make a joke about a net. But no, she's never worked. She always works. She's always in a protected environment, and that is a huge thing to people. And then, go ahead. I know I was going to say what it manifests itself is when not that long ago, last March, the Senate, thanks to Josh Hawley of all people, passed for the first time a bill for compensation of radioactive waste victims. I'm sure you know about that. Many of your listeners are in the North County area and that were directly affected. We all in the St. Louis region are affected, but the St. Louis County, North County particularly, we had thousands of people dying, have died or are suffering from rare cancers because of exposure to radioactive waste that was dumped in the 40s in the Manhattan Project. And so we finally got a giant bill passed. Thanks, really, Holly worked it. $3.7 billion with a B in compensation to St. Louis area victims. And she came out and said it was too expensive. And it was just that only somebody that's disconnected with the district would even think about doing something that tin-eared. And of course, she got crushed by Holly called her Holly called her shameful. When Holly's calling you shameful, that's not good.
That's true. That's a good point.
And so she ended up scurrying for cover. And of course, she did something. She's not the only one that does this among politicians, but she just pretended like she didn't say it. So she goes the first thing she does is fail to pick it up. Okay, fail to run with it, and that, from all appearances, killed it, because with a key hometown representative, the only Republican, not picking the ball and running. Picking up the ball and running, that gave them such a fig leaf, such an excuse not to do anything, because they don't want it. The Republicans aren't exactly interested in spending money and on anything. Right. And so that gave them an excuse, and so she effectively killed it. And then she goes to the floor of the House and gives an emotional speech saying that she's I forget exactly what she used. She said she was very angry that the House had failed to pass it after she didn't support her. So basically she described herself as just being, I think she said it was just outraged that they took her original position, which she tried to abandon. So it was really, and she got the media, of course.
I'm sorry. That has to be one of the most laughable acts of a congressperson. And I hate to sound so biased.
She just said she was outraged over it. And of course, and the media, we in the media, I was talking to a friend of mine in the media. I said, I know, because I've been in the media for half a century, so I couldn't, I just said, I said, I know we have short memories, but like 10 days, because they didn't really stick her with the fact that she said she was outraged. But so I'm not, she'll be, and then, so she's definitely, that's something we're going to be talking about. And I want to say this to you, CJ. I've spoken to audiences in South County. I mean, all the way to like Oakville, which is about as far away as you can get in the region to that waste. And they are as attentive and angry about that as anybody else. It's really interesting. It's not just the folks in St. Charles County, which part of St. Charles County is in our district. It's not folks, in North County. It's everywhere. People are really, and when you lay that out, just the timeline, it's fairly compelling.
Well, and honestly, Ray, I mean, this radioactive waste isn't a partisan issue.
Exactly.
It's not. And when you have an individual, and just following her a little bit, that is Miss High and Mighty on certain subjects. I mean, you can't take a local issue and try to grandstand it and basically tell your constituents, hey, your problem means nothing to me. We got to go to Washington and figure out what's going on there first. Take care of home base and take care of your voters and take care of the people that are getting hurt and dying. I mean, that's just as simple as it gets.
And she is known for that. She prides herself on being against pork, okay, which sounds great, but you know what? I don't care what district you're in. You span several districts. We can all talk about how we, philosophically don't like pork, and sure, but one person's pork is somebody else's needed services or needed federal spending, which everyone unless you're, well, I apologize to those who might be listening overseas, but if you're in the United States, you pay plenty of taxes, and all 435 districts expect their representative to advocate for that district.
Yeah.
Okay. You just don't, and for I was talking to somebody, close to this in Congress, who was saying she consistently stands out against things here. Now, she claims she brings it back, but mainly, just gotta leave it at that. She is not connected to this district, with the exception of one thing which she really does well, which is photo ops. I've been on her email list forever. If somebody shows up at her office, she's very available to take photo ops and show people that, oh, so-and-so came by and I like them and everything. But when it comes down to actually a tough vote, or even in this case, it wasn't even tough, she's really disconnected from the district.
Well, and when you're talking to folks too, I'm sure a lot of these individuals and voters in the 2nd District have never even seen her before, or even really heard from her. That hasn't been I hate to say it, but a Republican media push to get out on Fox for 5 minutes and do your hit and you keep moving. So when you're talking to individuals, does it surprise them that a candidate for U.S. Congress is actually calling them on the phone, or at least talking to them, with the lack of communication they're used to receiving?
It is. It's true. And of course, this is an election year, and so she will show up in some places. But once again, the one thing I'll do that she doesn't do is I don't script what I'm going to do. I don't only go to places. I'm going to be knocking on doors in Trump country, and I'm fine with that. And she will not subject herself to any kind of spontaneous interaction that isn't managed by her staff. That's the difference. I'll go anywhere. I'm going out to Washington, Missouri this weekend, which is a pretty red county. There's a wine fest out there. I'm going to be in places that I don't expect everybody to love me. Okay.
Right.
Story of my life. Right. No, but I mean, it's like, I don't care. I mean, to me, you learn as much talking to people who don't agree with you. And this, we both know this from radio. I mean, you learn often from people who you don't agree with as much as just, obviously I am who I am. I'm certainly not backing down from my viewpoints on issues, but you learn a lot by talking to the other side.
Absolutely. And as you're going forward here, what's the best way for folks, if they're interested in helping you in your fight here? Because I know you have a primary coming up. What day's the primary?
The primary is August 6th. The election is November 5th. And it's Ray Hartmann for Congress.com. Pretty simple, long. Ray Hartmann is F-O-R, spelled out. And Hartmann's got 2 N's. So you got to remember, anybody can go to Ray Hartmann for Congress.com. And we can use all the help we can get. And a lot of people that, even if you don't live in our 2nd District, and maybe I'm sure many of your listeners do. But if you don't live in the district, there's 435 districts in Congress, and this could be the 218th. And I'm sure, I think the proudest day of my life would be, other than the births of my kids, would be get married. I don't know, maybe I thought to put some things in there. Proudest public moment of my life would be to vote for Hakeem Jeffries for Speaker of the House.
Well, and you know, Ray, there you go. And I'm excited to see how it, you know, plays out throughout the next couple of months. I think you have a great shot, man. And I have folks already, you know, I've told you that have said, I want to knock on doors. I want to call for Ray. And it's really cool to know that you're touching base with some of the blue collar folks too.
Put them in touch with me, and also any that have a couple spare dollars.
Yes. Yes, we need
a couple, say 3,300 per person per household per race. No, no, that's that is a challenging part of this, but it's, you know, I'm having a great time, and I really appreciate me on.
Well, you know, real quick, I thought it was, I found something here. It was on one of the page 6s, and I had to read it to you. It says, Republicans didn't know who to send after Ann Wagner, but they heard Holly ran, so they sent him to run after Ann Wagner. It was kind of interesting here on page 6. I don't know.
Very good. Well, thank you.
All right, man. Hey, always good chatting with you, and we'll have to get a bite to eat or something here soon.
Appreciate it. Thanks, CJ.
No problem. 9:36, a little bit of change. We'll take a quick break. Daily Show hits you on a Monday right after this.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
DJ Mike Keith.
This is where I am today. Let me show you where I started.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Well rehearsed, but my heart cried out for you. You're in my heart, you're in my soul. You be my breath, should I grow old. You are my lover, you're my best friend. You're in my soul.
I love that song. It's about soccer. On this date, man, hold on here. Died on the vine. Man, I'm sorry. I have allergies and probably should not have done a morning show with allergies, but that's okay. We're getting through it. Hey, here's what happened on this date in history. The day is May the 13th, and U.S. Congress on this date in 1846 declared war on Mexico. That happened on this date in history. Also on this date, in terms of U.S. government and politics, the Socialist Party nominated convict 2253 for president on this date in 1920. On this date in crime in 1981, Pope John Paul II was shot on this date. In European history, in 1568, Mary, the Queen of Scots, is defeated. That happened on this date. In 1919, German foreign minister protests the Versailles Treaty terms. That happened in 1919 during World War I. On this date in sports history, in 1973, Bobby Riggs and Margaret Court face off in the first Battle of the Sexes. Also in crime, on this date in 1985, Philadelphia police dropped bomb on MOVE headquarters. It killed 11. On this date in the Cold War in 1958, Vice President Nixon at the time in 1958 is attacked during the Cold War in 1958. Also on this date in history, during World War I, Edith Wharton writes of the war's effects on France. That happened in 1915. And in European history, in 1940, Churchill announces, "I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat." That happened in 1940. On this date, in terms of music, let me hit you with it, huh? A lot of good stuff today. On this date in 2011, Like a Rolling Stone was voted as Bob Dylan's best song ever by the Rolling Stone magazine, who asked the opinion of a panel of writers, academics, and musicians to compile a poll to mark Dylan's 70th birthday on the 24th of May. Like a Rolling Stone was described by U2's Bono as a, quote, black eye of a pop song, while Mick Jagger praised the simplicity of Desolation Row. Keith Richards argued that the original 1963 solo version of Girl from the North County, ranked 30th, was superior to Dylan's 1969 duet of the same song with Johnny Cash. That happened on this date in 2011. On this date in 2008, the U.S. Postal Service issued a 42-cent stamp in honor of the crooner Frank Sinatra. The design showed a 1950s vintage image of Sinatra wearing a hat and, of course, those blue eyes. In 2007, Brian May was under 24-hour security watch after a deranged man announced he was setting off to murder him, then disappeared. Police were hunting for a schizophrenic who left a letter behind at his home blaming the Queen guitarist for his illness. In it, the man said May was an imposter and that he was the real rock star. He signed the letter, Brian May. Man, that happened on this date in 2007. On this date in 2003, Michael Jackson launched a court case suing Motown Records. Jacko filed the lawsuit in L.A. saying he hadn't been paid royalties due for his music he did with the Jackson 5 in the 60s and 70s. The singer also claimed his music had been used in TV ads without his permission. On this date in 2002, Dionne Warwick was cool. Dionne Warwick arrested at Miami International Airport for possession of marijuana after authorities found 11 joints in a lipstick case in the singer's hand luggage. The charges were dropped after she completed a drug program and made a contribution to charity. Dionne Warwick, man, that's pretty interesting. On this date in 1996, Oasis became the fastest-selling group in UK history after all 330,000 tickets for their summer shows sold out in just 9 hours. The tickets for shows at Nebworth and Loch Lomond, my English friends are going to yell at me. You know, I have some folks in England that watch this show. I'm sorry, I always get these town names wrong. Just keep sending over those hyphenated things, and it'll get me through it. You know what I'm saying? Well, they sold for £22, and £22 is what the ticket price was in 1996. On this date in 1985, Bruce Springsteen married Julianne Phillips at Lake Oswego in Oregon. Julianne Julianne filed for divorce on August the 30th, 1988, so almost 3 years. In 1974, 43 people were arrested and more than 50 were injured after utes. What's a ute? I love my cousin Vinny, just one of my favorite. Anyway, 43 people were arrested and more than 50 were injured after youths started throwing started throwing bottles outside a Jackson 5 concert at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. And man, have you seen video of that? Nuts. I mean, literally nuts. On this date in 1971, on his 21st birthday, Stevie Wonder received all of his childhood earnings despite having earned $30 million so far. He only received $1 million of it. That happened on this date in 1970. What a party that could have been, you know? On this date in 1969, Led Zeppelin became one of the first major British rock groups to appear in Hawaii. When they appeared at the Civic Auditorium in Honolulu, a review in the Honolulu Advisor stated the showmanship exceeded any rock performance here to date. I wondered before the concert if Led Zeppelin would sound as good as their Atlantic album, and they sounded better. That happened in 1969. On this date in 1967, the Monkees became the Monkees' second album, More of the Monkees, went to #1 on the UK charts in 1967. Only 4 albums reached #1. The Sound of Music spent 17 weeks at the spot. The Beatles' Sgt. Pepper, 25 weeks at #1. And the Monkees, and second album, spent 9 weeks at #1. Finally, on this date in music, the Supremes scored their 10th U.S. single. It made #6 in the UK. It was the last single to be released as the Supremes. From now on, they were only known as Diana Ross and the Supremes, and it was this song. It was this song on this date in history.
Hey life, look at me. I can see the reality. 'Cause when you shook me, took me out of my world, I woke up. Suddenly I just woke up to the happening. When you find that you left the future behind. 'Cause when you got a tender love, you don't.
The Happening. There you go. I like the Supreme. Diana Ross is great. She was at the Fox last year too, wasn't she? I'm pretty sure she was. Who knows? But anyway, that was the #1 song on this date in 1967. Born on this date, the barstool thrower. Country music singer Morgan Wallen. Born on this date in history. You know, I'm not a fan. Never was. I thought it was okay. You know, get mad at me if you want. Morgan Wallen, born on this date in history. And let's see, who else was born on this date? Darius Rucker, the American singer-songwriter from American rock band Hootie and the Blowfish, who had the 1995 U.S. #1 album Cracked Rear View, and as a country music singer, his first single, Don't Think I Don't Think About It, made him the first black artist to reach #1 on the hot country charts since Charlie Pride in 1983. Also, born on this date, well, Stevie Wonder, we already talked about that. And then Paul Thompson, the drummer who with Roxy Music scored the hit singles Street Life, Love is the Drug, Dance Away, Angel Eyes, Jealous Guys, and Avalon, born on this date in history. Magic Dick Harmonica, with American rock band, the J. Geils Band, who had the 1982 U.S. #1 and UK #3 single, Centerfold, which was taken from their 1981 album, Freeze Frame. There you go. How about that? Richie Valens, the American singer-songwriter Richie Valens, who had the 1958 U.S. #2, Donna, and a hit with La Bamba on February the 3rd, on what became known as the day the music died. Valens died in a plane crash in Iowa, an accident that claimed the lives of Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and more. That happened on this, Richie Valens was born on this date, and that plane crash happened on the 3rd of February. That happened on this date in history, but, real quick, yesterday I saw a police chase. I forgot to tell you the story, so, let me catch my breath here. Whew. You know, I love my job. I was sitting there, and my family came in this weekend, and, I'm always an idiot. Okay, well, take that sound. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I do this stuff, but I do it all the time. I knew this was my first, celebratory weekend. I told myself, celebrate that you don't have soccer. Woo-woo, it's great, fun. Yeah, go have fun. What did I do? I picked up a shovel and dug holes. I have a problem. You know what I'm saying here? Well, my family came in from Florida. My aunt and uncle did, and they're wonderful. And they stopped in Friday. And while they stopped in, I knew they were in town. And you know how you wake up with just a hair, like I said earlier in the show on Saturday? I woke up with this hair and thought, I got to do this. It's only going to take 2 hours. Well, how are we doing, man? Well, I took a couple of minutes, and, got up. And this take me 2 hours. So I go to Home Depot. I was out in my yard for 4 hours on Saturday and 4 hours on Sunday, okay? I'm not the best at what I do, but I'm at least trying. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, I get all this, when we're sitting there and my family's coming in, we have all this stuff to do, and I'm like, well, I can get all this yard work done. The weekend I was supposed to have off and I was just going to relax turned into not having any time for relaxing. So I'm really hoping this week, during the week, I'm able to have a couple. It was just the damnedest thing. So anyway, I'm driving back home because I had to get some stuff done for the show we had a Mother's Day get-together. And all of a sudden, this gold Buick just flies by me going, down State Street. And not even 2 seconds later, there's an Alton cop flying by. Before I go further, there was a car that was by U.S. Bank, going towards Godfrey Road and all that. I'm telling you what, he deserved a trophy. This was the most heads-up driving I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how far down the road this guy was looking in his rear view, but he had his life figured out. I mean, he knew what was going on. He was already stopped. I'm like, why is that guy just sitting there? There's a red truck just stopped. I thought he broke down. I went, what a bad day to break down in your truck, on Mother's Day. And I'm looking at him, and then that gold Buick flew by because he saw the police chase. He knew it was coming. Well, all of a sudden, the gold Buick flies by, and some people can evade police. I have to say, we've seen those videos of the guy on the 411 or whatever you call that in L.A., the 404 or whatever. I don't know. They got weird names. Well, you see some of those, they can do it in reverse. They're and they're all over the place. Not this guy. He wasn't very good. He was just bad at evading police. He was driving, and what he did is he was going to Godfrey Road, but took the left turn by Quick Trip and was going 65, 70 miles an hour. He was flying, and he didn't make the turn, obviously, and almost crashed into that red brick building. If it's not the veterinarian clinic, it might be. Anyway, that red building. Almost crashed right into it. And all of a sudden, I see this officer on point. He was ready to go. He was doing a great job, jumps out of his car, he grabs the K9 with him, and he's off to get the guy. It was an amazing couple of seconds. And now all of you are looking at me as I'm telling the story and going, why is it not on Riverbender? Why is there no video? Okay. There's something about the art of getting these stories, okay? Dan, Sydney, Dalton, anyone that's writing upstairs, your hats off to you. Because it happened in a blink of an eye. And I forgot that I'm in news. So I'm watching this. And I'm always one that kind of minds my business. I don't take pictures and stuff. I really am just me. Blinders are up. Here I am. And I go, well, after I watch this whole thing happen in about 25, 30 seconds, I'm in my car. And I'm like, well, where do I pull off? My brain starts going nuts, right? It's well, what if you park here? What if the guy takes a U-turn and he just starts running your way and runs at you? What do? Do you stick your foot out? On this. So I didn't, and I feel really bad for not getting the video. But dang, that Alton police officer did some awesome work and kept everyone safe too. That was dangerous. This guy was flying through that Godfrey Road, Homer Adams intersection, and the fact that cop kept everyone safe as he was, going at it, and there was, it was amazing. So hats off to Alton Police Department, and I'm pretty sure the guy that made the arrest or made the first interaction, I guess, is that what you call it? I'm pretty sure that was my parents' neighbor, because, man, he's got a beautiful K9, too. Just some really cool stuff. But anyway, so that was my Sunday in a nutshell, and I don't know if this happened to you, but while I have you too, I just got to talk to you for a bit because I don't get very many opportunities to just talk anymore. We always have a lot of guests, and it was kind of cool to have this couple of minutes. I was, with the rain last week, I was going to cut my grass last Sunday or Saturday. Hear me out here. And I know you were too. Don't sit there and say you weren't going to do this. You did exactly what I did. Not at least 70% of you. If you were in the 30%, well, you won this one. I didn't cut grass all last week. I just didn't. I thought it's going to keep raining. I'm not going to keep doing this because by the time I cut it, I'm going to have to go back out there and cut it again. This is silly. Well, all of a sudden I realized it's bad. You got your landscaping done. You got to cut your grass. I'm not lying to you guys. I spent 3 hours cutting my grass yesterday because of I got a bad lawnmower. I don't got none of those power riding things, where you're just zooming in and out in about 10 minutes with a Miller Lite and your cup holder there. I can't afford that yet. Maybe year 2 I can get a riding lawn. I'm not going to. But I was sitting there. I had to triple cut this son of a gun because normally I double cut it because I read somewhere it helps. I don't think it does, but I still do it for pride. And I was going through. It's like the grass just wouldn't stop. It was like water. You cut through one, you do your strip. Well, then you'd go back over it again and realize that was just one layer, and you got 3 more to go. It was insane. Well, getting all this stuff done, I'm so excited about the spring and summer in Alton and the Riverbend alone. It's so cool to be in this area. I was driving up to Edwardsville and just seeing everybody working on their yards. And Mother's Day was the coolest darn thing in my neighborhood in North Alton because we were all outside. And even though, I went over to my parents' house and saw Mom and all of that and Grandma and my aunt and uncle, and that morning I was trying to get some stuff done. So what I thought was cool, though, is to see everybody out in the yard and just hanging out, kids playing, that's what it's all about. And I don't know if it's because I've been it's been really just like slammed. It's nice to have a couple of months to kind of get caught up again, but I don't know if it's that where you kind of keep your nose to the grindstone and don't pay attention to everything else that's kind of going on. But it was just kind of cool to take a breather throughout all the craziness of being an idiot and landscaping for for no reason. You could have done it next week and all of that. Just to see that Mother's Day kind of holiday feeling again and everyone out going to Home Depot and everything else. Because I made 2 trips and it was so cool to see families together and talking about how they're going to spruce up their garden. I know my aunt and my Uncle Aaron and my Aunt Nikki and, they were out landscaping and all that too. And that's what's fun to see. So anyway, that was my weekend in a nutshell. I hope I start breathing better because I'm starting to breathe like Elvis at the end here, but we're going to get through it. Let the rain come. My breathing will get better. 9:57, little bit of change, but before I take a quick break, are you looking for a fresh start on the road to recovery? A life free from addiction is possible, and it starts at Centerstone. Centerstone is that national leader in mental health and substance abuse disorder treatment for people of all ages. With a commitment to delivering care that truly changes people's lives, Centerstone's dedicated clinicians use evidence-based practices in their treatment programs. So this means the recovery care plan is developed for you based on the latest science. There's so many unknowns on the road to recovery, so many. And if you've ever walked down that road, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The simplest things that, for us in a clearer mindset would go, yeah, it's not that simple whenever you're on that battle. There's so many unknowns, but one thing you can know for sure, if this is you that I'm talking to, is that Centerstone will be a constant guiding force for you on your recovery journey. Not just someone you have to feel like's holding you accountable, but an individual, an organization that's going to be your advocate. That's what you need in this very serious situation. You might not need to know this information now, but it's better to have this information so when the time comes and you need it, you aren't spending 3 or 4 weeks trying to gather up where to send who to and how to take care of this, X, Y, and Z. That's why we do these segments with Centerstone, because they're so important, and I cannot thank them enough for allowing us to utilize our platform to talk about these very important issues. There's so many unknowns, but just know that Centerstone is going to be that constant guiding force for you. Addiction, it can happen to anybody, but so can recovery. So start working towards your recovery today by visiting Centerstone online at recoverwithus.org. That's recoverwithus.org, or by calling 1-877-HOPE. 123 959. Little bit of change on this Monday morning. Coming around with top of the hour news next in the heart of the 618.
Gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Alright, even if they say you're wrong, well, it's alright. Sometimes you gotta be strong. Well, it's alright. As long as you got somewhere to lay, well, it's alright. Every day is Judgment Day.
Welcome back. 10:04. Here's what's happening around the Riverbend on this 13th day of May. Make sure you sign up for those daily email updates and SMS notifications. Kids, that means text messaging. And for all of you out there, it's a great way to stay up to date because, you know, whenever you're looking down, just like Papa John sends you that little discount, you know, and here's what's coming out, You know, it's just the same thing with your daily dose of breaking news alerts, weather conditions, cancellations, closures in the wintertime when you got to make sure that, your son or daughter or grandchild is getting up to school if they even have it. We ding your phone, so you don't even have to go look online. It's just right then and there for you. All you have to do for RiverBender.com, SMS notifications and updates is text RB, that's just the capital letters R and B, to 618-202-4618. That's RB to 618-202-4618. And make sure you sign up for those SMS notification alerts today. We'll take you to top of the hour news now in Alton. A vibrant new mural is emerging at 808 Main Street, transforming the facade of a mechanic shop and urban farm into a canvas of remembrance and beauty. Painted by Danielle McAfoos, this mural pays tribute to her father-in-law, Dwight, a cherished local artisan who passed away in 2022 while adding aesthetic value to the area. The mural also embodies personal symbols such as flowers resembling mechanic gears and silhouettes representing Dwight himself. Community engagement around the mural reflects Dwight's legacy of beautifying the neighborhood and his warm, sociable nature. The project not only revitalizes the space but also perpetuates the spirit of the man who deeply impacted his community. And if you have a chance to go and check it out at 808 Main Street, send a picture to RiverBender.com. A motorcycle accident temporarily shut down both directions of West Broadway and Alton early last Thursday morning. We have an update on the incident, which occurred in the 900th block of West Broadway around 5:23 a.m. Involved a motorcyclist hitting a deer that was already lying on the road. Alton Police Chief Jarrett Ford confirmed that the motorcyclist was equipped with protective gear, including a helmet and leather jacket, and only sustained minor injuries. Individual was promptly transported to Alton Memorial Hospital. The road was closed for about 40 minutes as emergency service managed the scene. However, that was reopened after 40 minutes that Thursday morning, but the individual making a recovery. Also in the news, on May the 11th, the Soothing Sprout resale shop had its grand opening at 100 East St. Louis Avenue in East Alton, and it attracted local residents with its array of antiques, clothing, and collectibles. Owner Megan Weller, known for her activism in human rights, has positioned the shop as a beacon of sustainability. All items sold are secondhand, and the shop promotes eco-friendly practices by using biodegradable bags and digital receipts. Weller, who acquired the inventory from Buscar's Secondhand Treasures, is ecstatic about the community's response and has plans for charitable events to benefit the Riverbend region. The opening event featured free refreshments and special discounts, which underscored the commitment Weller has in reducing consumerism and supporting local businesses. In the heart of Alton, Savannah Stover is not just teaching, but creating lasting impressions on her fourth grade students at West Elementary School. Celebrating Teacher Appreciation Week last week, May 2024, Stover reflected on her inspirations and her budding career. A recent 2022 graduate from McKendree, she instantly found joy in education and anticipates a long future ahead. Stover emphasized the significance of the bonds formed with her students, stating the transformation from strangers to unforgettable names by year end. Besides teaching, she engages in community activities, coaching and cheerleading, and tutoring through the 21st Century program. Stover's passions for education radiates as she looks forward to nurturing more young minds throughout her career. And congratulations on the recognition to Savannah Stover. One final bit of news for you today. A second motorcycle crash occurred last Thursday, May the 9th in Alton, and resulted in the hospitalization of a motorcyclist with non-life-threatening injuries. We do have an update on that story. The collision involved a 2013 Toyota Prius and a 2019 Harley-Davidson, and it took place at the intersection of Albee Street and Oakwood Avenue around 2:06 p.m. According to the Alton Police Chief, Jarrett Ford, the preliminary investigation indicated that the Prius failed to yield while turning left from Oakwood Avenue, leading to the motorcycle striking the vehicle. The injured driver was immediately airlifted to St. Anthony's Hospital by survival flight. the area was temporarily closed for 45 minutes, and the investigation was ongoing at that time. At 10:09, let's take a look at your weather forecast for today. It's not getting any better out there. 80% humidity right now in the basement. I'm sticking to my sweatpants. It feels like Florida. Temperatures reaching 73 degrees today. Right now, they're currently at 70. Today, cloudy. Not as warm as yesterday, but showers and even a thunderstorm throughout the afternoon and tonight. Cloudy with a couple of showers and even more thunderstorm chances as the evening rolls on. Temperatures, as I said, reach 73 degrees today, drop down to 61 degrees overnight. On Tuesday, a high of 70, a 90% chance of thunderstorms yet again, and a low of 56 degrees. Excuse me, man, this weather always gets me. In a low of 56 degrees. On Wednesday, a high of 73, no rain in the forecast, partly cloudy skies, a low of 59 on Thursday, a 90% chance of thunderstorms, a low of 73 or a high of 73 degrees, a low of 63. And on Friday, the 17th of May, a high of 75, a low of 58 degrees. We should experience some rain here within the next hour or so. I'm gonna pull this radar up for us so we can get a little bit of a closer look. By 12 p.m., we'll start seeing the rain hitting the area. And when I mean hitting the area, the entire coverage area of RiverBender.com is what our radar is predicting. That rain's going to last throughout the afternoon until about 7 p.m. when you're going to see more stronger rain showers start to pop up all over the Riverbend. There's no breakage in this system on our radar. You can see this radar on RiverBender.com/weather and for time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Tom Lane, your local State Farm agent. And before we look at Skycam, let me fill you in on Denise Sparks. She's the best. Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling and Sparks Trash Pickup. This is really cool. I got to share with you some new news from Sparks Junk Removal. Not only is she the queen of junk and now the queen of trash, but Sparks Junk Removal also has a place where you can find some really great slightly used material like furniture, mattresses, dresser drawers, you name it. They got it over there at this warehouse. So all you have to do to stay up to date on Denise Sparks and her secondhand items over there at Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling, all you have to do is go to Sparks Junk Removal's Facebook page, and you can see it. There's so many great things to win. Like just yesterday, Deborah won a $100 gift card from Denise Sparks, and I'm sure if you go and like the Facebook page and you're staying up to date with SparksJunkRemoval.net and Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling, you are going to have a lot of great opportunities to pick out some great items, some secondhand furniture, perfect for that first home or first apartment, and so much more. They have a brand new warehouse, 2201 East Broadway. They closed on it 3 weeks ago and soon will have many exciting things planned. You can call and ask about a new drop-off service they're offering and more by calling 618-781-1407. That's 618-781-1407 or visit SparksJunkRemoval.net today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car. I have a job. There's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey, Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got showing.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
It's a living thing. It's a terrible thing to lose. It's a given thing. What a terrible thing to lose.
I am sweating through my clothes. Welcome back. Oh my God, it's hot down here. I'm not even trying to complain, but boy, it does feel like Miami, Florida right now. And my office was 40 degrees. It felt like, oh my goodness. Hey, I saw this news story. And so if you see me like sweating and patting my face, I promise you I did not go party all this weekend. It's just sticky. I mean, I might lose the sweatshirt here, but I feel like you're going to see my skin sticking to my shirt, and that's pretty uncomfortable too. Anyway, I saw this, and we aren't doing the All-Star Award yet, but two kind of odd things. Number one was the cool one. We'll start off with something that's honestly pretty badass. A Texas man decided he was not going to take it anymore. He needed his world record back, and he did it. Not just any world record. At 106 years and 327 days old, Alfred Al Blaschke originally earned the title of the oldest person to tandem skydive when he jumped out of a plane at the age of 103 in 2020, but his record was broken by a Swedish woman, Ruth Larsson, who was 103 years and 259 days when she skydived. But he had enough. Recaptured his title by skydiving at the age of 106 years, 327 days old. He was joined by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who made his first jump. That's pretty cool. Man, you're even getting the governor to do that. How awesome. You know, if you think you can't, you're just underestimating yourself, he said. Everyone is more capable than they think. They just need to make the decision to try, Blaschke told the Guinness World Record. So, for all of you lazy bones out there today, what are you up to this morning? You know, I saw that and I got sad too. Made me kind of feel bad about myself for not being as motivated. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about before we talk to Martin's son, and I played the interview for you guys the first time because there was no audio Friday. A Chinese zoo is being criticized online after visitors complained about the pandas that they were seeing in this exhibit, okay? But hang tight with me. Hang tight with me. I can't even read this story. I just got to let you see it for yourself. So let me give credit where credit's due. This is from Jam Press, courtesy of the New York Post. They put out this video, and, well, I want to hear your thoughts. It's a quick video, very quick. Let me know if you guys are impressed with the panda bears at this Chinese zoo. Yep. So there you go. Those are the panda bears. I swear to God, that is what they're calling a panda bear now. Those are painted Chow Chow dogs. Visitors to the... Could you imagine paying money for that? I mean, we take for granted that our zoo's free and one of the best in the world. Could you imagine paying money to go see panda bears in China and their Chow Chow dogs? That's amazing. Visitors to the Taozhou Close Enough Zoo in Jiangsu province said they were surprised to discover the so-called panda dogs that went on display May 1 that are dogs with their fur trimmed and dyed to closely resemble the iconic Chinese bears. Well, a zoo spokesperson explained that they put the dogs on display because they don't have any resident pandas. And he denied the fur dyeing process was in any way dangerous or harmful to the canines. Yeah, really believe him. So you don't have panda bears, so instead of just saying, well, we don't have pandas, but just have a better exhibit of another species, bring some chow chows in and we'll dye them. What an idiot. A zoo employee told state-run media outlet The Global Times that the panda dogs are meant to be deceptive. Aren't meant to be deceptive. As a sign posted to the enclosure explains the chow chows are in disguise. What's the problem here? Oh, the problem is that people don't like seeing dogs painted in different colors. That's the problem. And they wanted to see panda bears, and they're getting dogs, you know? Anyway, that's not the all-star award. I just saw that today. And one more time. One more time. I don't think the first video run did it justice. These are the pandas that are on display in China. Look at this. Look at this. You know what I'm saying there? I mean, it just doesn't, it's not even close. Anyway, at 10:20, you know, we might not have millions of dollars, but at least our zoo doesn't lie to us about the animals that are in its enclosure. We'll take a quick break, but before I do, Hainer Library, HainerLibrary.org. They got some fun stuff coming down this summer with their summer reading programs and just a heck of a lot more. They're really doing some cool stuff. Kurt Smith, the Colonial Williamsburg Thomas Jefferson, was down this past Friday at the Genealogy and Local History Library, and I got to know how that went because there was a lot signed up. But they do so much throughout the summer, too. That summer reading program for both kids and teens is a perfect way to keep us busy and our minds in the moving in the right direction all summer long. Plus, all the events they're doing with Jacoby Art Center and those wonderful concerts, so cool. The Library of Things, the Genealogy, Local History Collection, the databases, the consumer guides. You need your library card. All you do is go to HainerLibrary.org. That's HainerLibrary.org. Put your information in, sign up for that library card, and just go pick it up at the downtown branch. It's that simple at HainerLibrary.org. That's HainerLibrary.org. Or hang out first and last Monday of the month with Beyond the Shelves with Hainer Library.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Now I can't even listen, 'cause I'll get to missing her, then the hurt gets worse. Damn straight.
Welcome into this Friday morning. It's the 10th day of May. Martin's son is the new head coach for the Roxana High School boys soccer program. How are we doing today, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
It is very humid in this studio. I don't know what happened, but it feels like Miami right now, you know?
It does, but I have to say I absolutely love this building. I love the history. I just love being in this area. It's nice.
It's fun to be here too, you know, in the thick of it. And you always get to people watch from my office.
Oh, absolutely. I love people watching. Vegas is probably the best place to go people watching.
I'm doing that in 2 weeks.
That's awesome. Best of luck to you.
I'm a big people watcher. I'm going to start the professional people watching league, you know. But being at Roxana, man, you guys have a great facility over there.
Absolutely. I mean, having a turf field and also with the boys and girls having opposite seasons. I mean, when you're in season, you have full access to it. It's a beautiful facility, good stands, having lights. I mean, it's just not having to worry about weather, not having to worry about are we going to damage our field, and just having that flexibility. It's a huge advantage for training and games as well.
You aren't up the next day going, man, hope we can play today with that rainstorm, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, right now with club soccer right now, we were just talking about it in middle school soccer. I mean, it's you're constantly battling Mother Nature.
Right. And now take me through your background a bit and your coaching career, if you could.
So I grew up in Western Kentucky, and my father was the first head coach at Marshall County, which is one of the winningest programs in the state of Kentucky. And I played high school soccer and club soccer through that area. My brother was a JV coach. So when I went to college, freshman year, I started as a JV assistant, and then I became JV head coach over at Murray High School. And after, I'd say about 5 years of working with the JV, I tried a year with Murray State women's team as a student manager. And then I went as a head coach in the county school district. And so I started, that was my first year. I was 2 years as a head coach. I got a teaching job back at Murray, and I was an assistant varsity coach for several years, and then became their head varsity. So in total, I had 6 years of head varsity experience in Kentucky. In Murray, we had all of the schools, they don't do divisions. They don't do classifications.
Oh no.
Oh, I know. And we're a small school.
Hell no.
But
okay.
But they have a privately run small state school tournament within the middle of the season. So 1 year we made it to the state and made it to the Elite Eight. 2 years we made it to the Final Four. 1 year we lost in a shootout. So we had a lot of success with that. We would run into those Louisville and Lexington schools, and sometimes they would be a bit much, but had a lot of success there.
Well, that's really cool. And you know what I think's really fat? My dad and I were talking about this, is how you rise up to the head coaching spot. Because folks at home and stuff think, well, no, it's just somebody that wanted to do it. But there's a lot of years and a lot of different teams and just levels you got to be at to really feel comfortable in that role.
Oh, absolutely, because I mean, every year that you coach, you feel like you have it figured out.
Right.
And then just experience in general, no matter what you're doing, you just get better at what you're doing. So there's definitely being under people, learning from them, learning from their mistakes, learning from what they're doing well, and then just trying to be a sponge and absorb those things. And you just become better, well-rounded.
Did it surprise you about the admin work that comes with it? Because that's what I was kind of learning about. Because I've been on the sideline with Dad for hell ever, but to actually talk to him now and learn a little bit more about how the organization process or aspect of it goes. Because at first I thought, well, on the field stuff, well, that's the easiest part. It's all the back door work that has to be done before the season.
My first year as a varsity head coach, I was 24 years old.
Uh-oh.
And that was a lot. I mean, just that organization. But now being 41, and I've been a principal before as well. So, I mean, paperwork, things like that, organization.
You're ready to go.
You've got it down. But that first time,
yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of things to work through. Absolutely.
So what are you looking forward to the most? Because it seems like, I mean, this is the perfect fit for you here at Roxana, because you have experience with, smaller schools and competing against the, the bigger schools in the state too. I mean, that's a pretty good track record to bring into a great program already that has that foundation.
It's a wonderful situation in which Coach Futrell is going to be an assistant. I mean, he has done a wonderful job with the program, and his work has changed where he did not have the availability he felt like he could give. And as we've connected, we realized that we have a similar vision and mission, and just expectations for the kids. So I think that you have two people who are going to work well together, and so having someone who's there with you that's going to help me get to know the kids better, get to know the ins and outs of the program, because all programs are different,
Right.
And just that will help. But then meeting the kids as well. I've had a couple of informal meetings with the boys. Very athletic. They're hungry. You can see that they want to play, and it just looks like a very fun group to work with.
Going forward, before the summer starts, you have any ideas of how you'd like to play? Is there a certain thing you're looking to do?
That's part of like I've played possession style. I've coached where we have like a line of restraint and we're playing very defensive and counterattack, similar to like St. Louis City. Like you put high pressure in certain areas, but then understanding the conference and understanding some of the people that we'll be going against, and with the expectation of wanting to be competitive against your Columbias and in schools,
right?
Of that caliber, which is a very tall task. And I'm not naive to what like the level of experience that some of their players would have, and the depth that they would have as well. But so that's where I kind of look at that line of defense, line of restraint. Counterattacks, using athleticism. There's a coach that I used to coach against in Kentucky, and sometimes I would coach with him. His name is Mike Smith. He is a athletic director at Todd County Central right now, and he's coached multiple times. But he would always find these unique ways to have a tactic and strategy where he would take a team on paper that was a big disadvantage at times, and would create these teams that would make state runs and just unbelievable. And not just at the small school level, but when they would be the small school and they'd be competing against schools 4 or 5 times their size. It was very unique. So I'm definitely going to be picking his brain this summer and just kind of I understand his style, but I'm sure there's nuances that he includes and he has a good track record of building of those programs.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And now, where are you coaching club-wise right now?
So I was at Troy Energy, and then Troy Energy is merged into Gateway Rush. So right now I'm coaching Gateway Rush.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And now spring season going well too?
Spring season's going well. We had a really good fall season. We won 3 tournaments. We we were second in Division I, so we had a team move up to championship as well. This spring, Slice is still going well. We're very competitive. Maybe not the win-loss is what we're wanting, but we've gone up to Indianapolis and played in a Turf Cup, which
What's
was really
that?
cool.
That sounds cool.
So it was in Carmel, Indiana. We played teams. We'd see teams out of Indiana, Michigan, Kentucky. I mean, there was a lot. It was a good pool.
That's cool.
It was definitely a good pool. And then we played and we won over in O'Fallon.
Well, and I wanted to ask you that first because there is, for folks at home, because I, dealing with it, for 20 years with, Dad on the sideline and always hearing, comments and concerns, the transition from club to high school is really unique. Because for Southwestern Conference anyway, in club, especially in the Gallaghers and stuff where I was at, there's a lot of finesse, a lot of, tit for tat, I call it that, ticky-tacky soccer where you're playing small and then you find that opening. But when you get to Southwestern Conference, for me, it was like, man, you're getting hit a little bit and it's going to be more direct and a little bit more physical. Is there a transition or a translation for you in that respect too from club to high school, or is it just kind of what I'm kind of seeing?
So I definitely could see that because competition sometimes dictates what you do tactically.
Yeah.
So if you have a very physical and athletic team that's playing direct, and you're getting high pressure, sometimes it's easy to go into that style and get back, especially if you are a possession team.
Right.
But then sometimes you will look at some schools, and I think Roxana would be one where we don't have a lot of kids that play club. So as you're trying to teach possession and encourage possession, which you do need to at some point, it is tough to get to that level of being tactically sound that you can compete with those Columbians.
Exactly.
And so then then you want to be more tactically sound with defense and counterattacks, and maybe trying to put more weight in that. So I really want to get to see the boys out there on the field more before we really kind of, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. And maybe we might have, based on different matchups, different strategies. So we can definitely try to develop both.
Really cool. And now take me through some of the camaraderie on the coaching staff already, because it seems really cool. This is a great problem to have where, the value of what the organization means is really cool in this, because you have a coach that says, hey, I'm really getting too busy, and my schedule's not allowing for the time I need. So you collaborate, and all of a sudden it's not walking away, it's being a part of it in a different fashion. And that's really cool.
Absolutely. And it actually works out because we're both really busy. I'm moving. I live in New York in the summer. I help run a summer camp in upstate New York.
Cool.
So I leave June 8th and I come back August 3rd. So Coach, so I'm going to have the boys for about 3 sessions this summer. Coach Futrell is going to be running them during the summer when he has more flexibility. And then as the season starts, I'll be stepping in and will be the everyday presence, and Coach Futrell will be supporting. So it is, we're supporting each other in those times when we're having some difficulty with our schedule.
That's cool. I like it. Now, what do you? Whenever you're coaching, do you like the high school aspect of it? Because I know for some, I had a coach that said I'd rather coach club, but for me, I'm a high school guy. I love that type of hometown. Everyone's involved in it. There's that kind of pride that goes into playing for your local high school, and that just for me, that's where I'm most excited about.
The fall of 2016 was my last year coaching high school, and I've definitely missed it.
Yeah.
There's just that school spirit element. There is the rivalries. The games seem to mean more. Like you get some media. You get some media presence out there. You have kids that are coming through your program, and you're building them up. It just has a different level of pride to it.
It does. Yeah. So, and that's why I think it's so cool to, especially for Roxana, man, I'd be excited if I'm playing in the summer, because you have, your coach that you're used to coming in and helping while you're, up in New York, but also you have 2 guys that are in a whole staff that's knowledgeable and really ready to, and eager and passionate and ready to work. This is cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we really want to create a program that is about the kids.
Yeah.
I think that high schools, and Coach Futrell does as well, high school sports, it teaches lots of life lessons. And it gives kids a place to belong and develop as individuals. And it also develops a passion for games. Like soccer is one of those lifelong sports that you can just love and support, and it, it has that following. So just a development and love for the sport. But we definitely want this to be something that benefits the kids.
Absolutely.
And it's a kid first program, or I mean, I didn't want to be called kids, but a student first program.
Well, it is. And the thing is, because soccer, you have to be smart to play it. You can't, and I always make the argument, I get yelled at by baseball guys all the time, but it's not a technique sport. You're going to be doing a lot of critical thinking on the field,
Absolutely.
and at the nearest second, figuring out how can we change the ship, how can we steer it better on a course. And that's what I think is so great about high school sports, too, because for the first time, those students or players could feel like they're really held accountable, and holding their role on the team, whether or not it's on a starting 11 on the bench coming in to, give us some win back on the sail. But it really showcases that aspect of it, too, of being an adult, and making decisions for yourself for the greater good of 3 or 4 people.
Absolutely. And the importance of hard work and having a growth mindset of, if I put this work in, you get in what you put. You get out what you put into
Exactly.
to circumstances. Teamwork, just belonging and having that ownership. But going back to what you said, soccer definitely is a thinking sport.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is so situational. You can't. It's not basketball where you can run set plays, or football where,
Exactly.
where everything stops. It's a constantly moving game, and the smarter you get, the quicker you can play, and it's all about speed of play and wanting to develop that mindset.
Man, that's cool. I'm excited for Roxana soccer. This is
thank
cool,
you.
man.
Thank
So when's first game? Do we have the schedule out already?
I do not have the schedule out in front of me, but I know it is that Wood River tournament. That tournament is going to be the first thing that we're going to do.
Man, that's what are you looking forward to the most going back to high school?
I mean, I've been coaching kids that, 10, 11, 12, just that independence, just that, we've been playing very competitively as well, but there's just that something about coaching the older kids and that independence and that the level of play, the aggression. I mean, it's just that element that sometimes you don't get at a younger age, and so I'm definitely looking forward to that.
That's cool, man. Best of luck, and whenever a season starts creeping up, you want to come back on, you're more than welcome
to.
And for all of you, we're going to take a quick pause here. But before I do that, Hainer Library, kids, your research papers are due, and if they aren't due yet, well, they were due 2 weeks ago, and you're in some trouble. Google is not your friend, okay? Hainer Library has a resource center where you can go and get all those citations right at the touch of a button with your library card. Plus, if you got any projects coming up, they have a library of things. So like, your kid's TI-84 calculator breaks and you got one more day until the summer. Go and rent it instead of paying those $200 to come, go get it from Walmart and take it back the next day. You get it for free.
Absolutely.
You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if it's ghost hunting kits, fun in the sun activities for your family this summer, like, that tin can game or can jam, that's what it is. Ghost hunting kits, podcasting equipment, and school equipment, too, all available at the Library of Things. You go to HainerLibrary.org to find out all that information and get your library card today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back. Wanted to share this with you before we did the All-Star Award today. And always interesting to see this stuff. And by the way, nice conversation with Martin Short, and really excited to see how the Roxana boys team does this upcoming fall season. But out of Belleville, Illinois American Water has released their 2023 Water Qualities Report on the company's website. And now the reports are for any of the areas, whether it's Alton, Granite City, or the surrounding Riverbend region. You can see how your water quality tested and how it came out. And now what you've noticed is that you've gotten a few pieces of literature in the mail from Illinois American Water about these quality reports and those lead testing reports as well. And it's also referred to as the Consumer Confidence Report. Now, the annual publication described local drinking water sources summarize laboratory testing, listed levels of any substances in the water, and it provided tips on protecting water sources. The EPA and Illinois EPA set standards for water quality and monitor test results to help utilities meet those standards. Plus, if your line does have some lead in it and it's something that can be replaced as part of Ameren Illinois American Water's program, where they actually help the cost of those pipes being installed, those are available too. On the website, customers can search by zip code to find their specific local report. Safe, reliable drinking water is a key everyday ingredient for your morning coffee, meals, showers, gardens, household chores, and more, writes Rebecca Losley, the president of Illinois American Water. She continued, it's an important tool for local firefighters, manufacturers, hospitals, medical treatment facilities, and small business owners. This is why delivering high quality, reliable water service to keeping life flowing remains our top priority. You can see that by clicking on the hyperlink that's on the RiverBender.com article, and you can click right there on your service area, whether you're in Alton, Granite, Hardin, Grafton, Godfrey, you name it, any of the surrounding areas, you can click on that link and it'll take you directly to where you need to go. Just for the Alton area, they have a complete list too, along with ways that you can learn about lead service and different types of pipe, your service line material, all that important information right then and there, available at the click of a button. Also, I wanted to fill you in that out of Edwardsville, members of the Alton Police Department, both human and non-human, the four-legged officers of the APD, paid a visit to SIUE Cougars hockey team for a very special check presentation and a thank you. The newest K-9 officer, Odin, recently began his career with the department partially due to monies that were raised during a January 12th hockey match with Trinity University. The Cougars fell in overtime, but the police department that patrols the area where the rink is located won big. The SIUE Cougars hockey presented the Alton PD K-9 unit with a $1,300 donation. How cool is that? The event was sponsored by Bush Refrigeration and King Air Conditioning and Heating. They also funded the effort. K-9 Odin is being mentored by K-9 Jax, who turns 11 years old next month. Jax is a dual-purpose K-9 responsible for illegal drug detection and criminal apprehension. Odin's brand new and just worked his first 2 shifts, said Alan Averbach, Alton PD patrol officer and Odin's handler. We're training him in everything that Jax is doing, tracking, narcotics, apprehension, everything. Alan and Odin just graduated from the Illinois State Police K-9 Academy. As for the Cougars hockey team, the players were eager to get back on the ice in time for next season. But congratulations to the hockey team for raising those funds, and to Odin as he starts his brand new career in the workforce, or in the police force. 10:52, that's the time. A very, very quick break. We come back with the All-Star Award and wrap up this Monday after this.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. All-Star Award 1055. We'll see how much time I got to go through all of these. I might have to wait till tomorrow for some. Let's start it off with bees. A tractor trailer hauling about 15 million of those suckers to be used to pollinate blueberry fields crashed and overturned on Interstate 95. Man, 15 million of those bees. The driver was taken to the hospital as a precaution as responders worked to ensure the safety of those bees. That the hives were strapped on the back of the trailer. The bees mostly contained, and the goal was to save them, said the state police spokesperson. Temperatures in the mid-40s might have kept the bees from getting rowdier during the several hours it took to get the truck upright and removed by a tow truck. A beekeeper was summoned to corral the bees, and it looks like those 15 million were lassoed by one individual. That's an all-star. Man, how about this? We've all seen the viral video. And art, if you haven't, you're going too soon. A art installation in New York and Dublin takes the form of a portal that allows viewers to visually connect across 3,000 miles. The portal, an installation designed by artist Benedictus Gillis, live stream silent videos between New York's Flatiron South Public Plaza and North Earl Street in Dublin. The installation, sponsored by the Flatatron Nomad Partnership, the New York City Department of Transportation's art program, and the Simons Foundation, allows, people in 2 cities to look at each other in real time across the 3,000-mile distance. Now, it was all fine and dandy until an individual from Ireland showed a photo of the 9/11 terrorist attacks in the live stream. We'll see what that means for the portal going forward. There's your All-Star Award out of it. A British woman followed her father's footsteps and broke a Guinness World Record by cleaning 3 office windows in 16 seconds. Alicia Burrows, 33, cleaned the 45 by 45-inch windows by completing it in the Manchester Cleaning Show and ended up besting the record for fastest window cleaner by a female by 0.15 seconds. How about that one? You're still an all-star. All right. A convicted scammer who claimed to be an Irish heiress and who is accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from several victims should be extradited to the United Kingdom. A federal court has ruled. Marianne Smith, who accusers say also fastened
fashioned herself as a witch, a psychic, and a fraud. A friend to Hollywood stars, has been in a Maine jail waiting to learn if she will be extradited. She faces allegations that she stole more than $170,000 from victims from 2008 until 2010 in Northern Ireland. The U.S. Magistrate Judge John Nivison ruled on Thursday that there is evidence to certify the extradition to the UK and face charges. An attorney for Smith, who has declined to comment in the past, did not respond to phone calls and emails on Thursday. But, he did send a note. She's guilty. The judge's ruling that Smith should be extradited could help bring the end of the bizarre saga, which had victims paint Smith as a master of disguise and a veteran traveling grifter. Oh boy, my boy, time will tell. That's the All-Star Award and our show for the day. Y'all have a great day. Stay dry because it's going to be wet out there today. I'll see you back here tomorrow live at 9 for more of our daily show. So on that note, enjoy your day. Until then, just try your very best as always to stay out of jail.
He said it will